I don't always wear blue eyeshadow, but I make an exception for this. We're going to talk about it and so many other amazing favorites that I have discovered in beauty. So what we're talking about today is all of the best, the cream of the crop, the tippity top of the top of beauty favorites. Just all of the things I've been trying out, and I want to curate the best list for you. So if that interests you, stick around and we'll dive right on into it. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I am Cher. If you're new here, we do a lot of different beauty here. I tend to do tons of beauty boxes. I do the spoilers, unboxings, try-ons, and reviews on a lot of the popular subscriptions, as well as like mystery boxes, specialty boxes, curations. But I do a lot of other just, shopping hauls and sales. I love to follow the sales and deals. And I like to just put together a best ofs, roundup videos and things like that for you, depending on what you're looking for. So what happens is I do a lot of reviews. I try a lot of beauty, a lot of, style and things as well too, but specifically beauty here. I pick up on a lot of things that I'm really impressed by that I really want to share with y'all, but I don't always have a forum in which to share it. Now, I do bring a monthly empties video where, I let you know all the things I've gone through over the last month that I've emptied out, and I give my little speed review on it. I do have one of those I need to bring to you very soon too for July. But those are just empties. So there's a lot of other things that I discover that are fabulous that I have not emptied and that I may never even hit pan on and may never empty because it just takes a long time and because my collection is just so huge. But I really want to be able to share with you, fantastic finds. So this is actually a video I would like to start doing once a month. I kind of tried out sort of a beauty hits and misses a while back. I don't always enjoy sharing like the misses. I don't really want to talk about the bad stuff. I want to talk about, let's just cut to the chase and give you the best of the best. And so I want to kind of highlight ever so often, I'm thinking monthly, the things that I have found that are the best, like this is my list for the month of what I've been using, what I've been trying, and what really stands out to me. So that's what we're going to share today. So I already alluded to the eyeshadow. We'll start off with that. Now, I also used to bring you guys an eyeshadow palettes rankings video every month too. And I know some love that and are disappointed that I've kind of paused on it. Mostly it's just with some of these monthly videos, it's a very hard, and that one's a very tedious one to keep up with a picture for every look and recording it and putting that together takes a lot of time, and it always would fall like at the end of the month with so many spoilers videos. Long story short, I don't want to keep babbling. I think what I would like to do is incorporate a little bit of the palettes into this video. So we will chat eyeshadow palettes that are favorites, but it's going to just kind of be like the highlight, like the best of the best, the ones either like kind of new ones I've been trying out and love, or just like, oh, these are the ones that are favorites I've been wearing lately, and just really highlight the top ones, not just the same old boring ones over and over again, if that makes sense. So this one stands out. We just shared it yesterday in my PLOUISE unboxing, and this was the June budget box. It was like an all blue box, basically. The theme was Let It Rain, but really it's kind of like a play on words for the rain. I guess the summer rains, maybe. But check out the palette that came in it. Is this not a stunner? Look at that. I mean, oh, so beautiful. And of course, I swatched that turquoise one right there, and it is indeed on my eyes right now so that you can see it. And I will also put in just a little clip from a closer up try on looking at my eyes. So this is a keeper. Now, I am not really a color wearer anymore much in my eyeshadows. And I do get a lot of these comments lately. Everybody's commenting constantly, all you wear is neutrals. And it's true. I'm just like this, to be honest with you, I've got to run out and do some errands, and I'm almost a little self-conscious about this blue eyeshadow. And I know this is a normal everyday wear for some folks who love their bright colors. It's just not me. I'm definitely a lot more into toned down, like neutral, kind of minimalist on the eyes. I'm very into minimalist and luxury brands these days. So a lot of my like indie palettes or very colorful palettes just don't get a lot of use. I occasionally have fun artistic looks I like to do, so I keep them for those, but this is a palette that will not be worn, I will have to admit, very often, but it is so stunningly beautiful and such gorgeous things to play with that I still have to say it's a favorite, even though it's brand new. It is absolutely gorgeous. Now, some of these pink colors, I probably would wear as more of an everyday thing, everyday look type thing. I might even pull off a few of the deeper ones like as smokier eyes on the, outside edges. But the bright blues and turquoises, which are the things that really stand out in this palette, that is not an everyday wear for me. But it's still a favorite. I wanted to mention it. So let's chat palettes real quick at the beginning here. Some other palettes that really stand out to me that I have worn over the last month. Actually, it might be a little bit back into June. I just haven't had the chance to talk about it with you yet, a space in which to share, but I was giddy excited about these palettes. One is the most recent iconic London Treat Yourself eyeshadow palette that I picked up from the Ipsy shop. Again, with these pastel colors, I know, which I don't always wear. Yet again, like I definitely wear the soft pinks. I'm a soft pink girl and I wear the neutrals. I don't wear as much of the blues and greens, but I like to wear them kind of like as very soft little accents. Not so much like a look like this, like what I'm wearing today, but this is so absolutely, I just love this palette. And I had wanted it when I was covering the spoilers for it and everybody, was getting it in their BoxyCharm and I didn't end up with it. So I kept looking for it in the Ipsy shop once I signed up for my own paid membership and I didn't see it for a while. And then it finally reloaded as part of a Dream Deal set. And it was only like $12 for the whole Dream Deal. So I think it came with like a NARS lipstick. So I scooped it up then. Absolutely have been loving this palette. So I'm putting in kind of a look I made with it that is a little bit more me and what I would wear, but it's still kind of unique. It's not just your boring neutrals or just a boring soft pink or whatever. So love that palette. Okay, and then I was also very excited to score the Tarte, what was the name of this one? Glamazon Amazonian Clay palette. There's a lot that are named that though from Tarte. This one in particular was the Beauty Boost for Ipsy. And so I went for it and I signed up for Beauty Boost because of this. And of course, the blue and the green in this one is what does pop and stand out. And yet again, y'all are like, gosh, if you don't wear blue, why are you highlighting these palettes with the blue and the green in it? It's just, these new ones that I've gotten, I'm excited about. And this one is such a buttery, beautiful formula from Tarte. And I'm a Tarte girl. I have to admit. And this is like one of a more unique ones from Tarte, I think. It's not just like the basic girl or whatever, but I can still wear a lot of my neutrals and like warmer tones out of it. So I've got a little clip of me wearing it too. All right, then I have been wearing a ton of Natasha Denona palettes, which I would typically share in here some of the favorites I've had lately. However, what I've been planning is a separate Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes video. I've got a 30 days of Natasha Denona coming for you. I'm currently on day 23. So it'll be here soon, though this is not a Natasha Denona day, because every now and then I'll wear something else other than Natasha Denona, so it takes a little while. But be looking for that. I will be bringing you a separate just all Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes. So I'm going to save that discussion for that video. Okay, I do also want to mention some PR that I just got from R.E.M Beauty, which if you are not familiar is Ariana Grande's line. And I love eyeshadow toppers, and that is one thing, like I will wear kind of like just one topper and that's the look. This one's a little deeper looking than what I would normally go for, but What I love about it is you can make it as pigmented or as light as you want. So, and she's got all different colors in this. And I think I have another one of these coming in my BoxyCharm, but it just hasn't gotten here yet. But check that out. See how you can blend it down and it's just like this gorgeous shimmer on the eyes. And it has that like iridescent, you know, changing, shifting colors kind of look. I love it. I'm also going to put a clip in of it on my eyes. You can also build it up and make it more intense. You know, it can go on a lot more concentrated, so you can have it be more, you know, thick and really build it as a base, or you can make it more of like a highlighty topper. But I am loving these. I love the shift in them. And so if you're kind of looking for still a little bit of that indie makeup feel, these toppers are great. And then there's other things that the brand sent me as well I wanted to share while we're on that topic. So I haven't done a lot of R.E.M Beauty. I've gotten some in Ipsy, like the eyeshadow palette before, the baby doll. So I wanted to do a little bit more. So I was happy when they reached out. This is a serum, okay? But it's like this, another iridescent type finish that it gives on the skin. So you put it on and you are glowing. It's like intergalactic glow. Isn't that gorgeous? But it's a serum and it feels great on the skin. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I like this about R.E.M Beauty is how it's this like iridescent-y, shimmering feel to a lot of the products. And then the packaging, they all have that same interstellar space package, if you notice. Okay, and then the last thing that they sent me, like everything they sent was a hit. So I'm sharing all 3 items. So this is like the lip gloss, but it has, well, okay, it's a balm. So it's a glossy balm. These are the finishes that are exactly what I am the most into. And I think I'm wearing it on my lips today. Yeah, I put this one on with another, lip liner. So this is the consistency. I love that feel of like a sloppy, glossy, glassy kind of balm feel. So it's like a mix of a gloss and a balm. And that is my obsession right now. That is all that I want on my lips these days, is that kind of texture. So it gives this extra like dew to the lips. And then this is a perfect color for me. This is the kind of color I tend to wear a lot on my lips. It kind of goes with everything. And I feel like it's more flattering to my lips, makes them a little more plump looking. I have thin lips, but this glossy texture just plumps them right up. So I love the feel of it, the color of it, obsessed. So I definitely wanted to share it. This was the shade Hocus Cocoa. Can't remember. I think this was Siren. Siren was the color on this one, but there's all different colors. And like I said, stay tuned because my Boxy has another one, I think. I just gave you a spoiler for what's in my Boxy for July. And then this one, the shade is Aura. I think they have different shades in it. So super cool. And you can turn that into like a highlight, but it's like kind of a serum. It's like infused highlight kind of almost. So just adore that. So then I also want to mention more PR that has the similar, like more lip stuff that I am obsessed with. And I'm not just mentioning this because it's PR. It is truly like, wow, this is some of my favorite PR I've gotten in a while, guys. This is wow. Okay, I do want to say though, for this one, not cruelty free, okay? So you don't tend to see me promote a lot of Maybelline on the channel, but they did kindly give me some PR and I was very happy with it. So their lifter, I've got like a set of about 4 of them. I got to dig through my lip drawers, but I figured I'll show you like 4 different sets here. And it's the lifter liners paired with their lifter glosses. Holy cow, these are so, so good. Both the liners and the glosses. I think I did a reel or a short on like combining the combos, some popular combos. I'll put that in here so you can get a feel for those colors. And of course, I am the most drawn to the more like chocolatey one. I think it was, what is this? Stone. Was it Let's Bounce? but the more like chocolate finishes that come off a little bit similar to this, but same idea, very sloppy, glossy, balmy texture, but drugstore price, affordable options. And I am absolutely obsessed. And then it's a great lip liner too. Like it glides well, great pigment, like everything about these, obsessed. So this is a new drugstore obsession, I have to admit, even though it is not cruelty free. And then another drugstore item I've been wearing constantly that I'm still just obsessed with, and I've shared it before, shared it a few times, and I bring it on trips a lot because it's great for travel too. But I have to mention this because this is all I have been wearing lately, especially for my contour or like bronze, is these Physician Formula, like they're called Butter Glow and Go. They are amazing. They just really give you that sun-kissed look, which I'm wearing it right now. It's my bronzer, and they are so easy to apply. I mean, you just pop it on and then you can turn it and make it into blush as well. I like the blush side too, but because I'm such a blush girl, a lot of times I use the contour for my everyday and then a different blush with it. But when I'm traveling, it's so easy because it's my contour and my blush, and it's such a gorgeous formula. And I think it's just the perfect shade on me. This one is the Sun-Kissed Rose. So that's the shade. They've got a few different shades out there. Highly recommend, affordable, cruelty-free, drugstore pick for sure. Okay, now let's chat some more PR that I got recently that I was over the moon excited, and that was Merit. So a ton of Merit that I got in. Again, everything I loved from them, but I especially wanted to point out this is what I had really been wanting to try, and that is the complexion stick. So it's not really a foundation stick or a concealer. It's kind of like a mix of both. I think of it like a skin tint balm kind of thing. But I love it. I took it on my trip. It's not thick. It's very dewy, and y'all know I like dewy, but it wasn't so dewy. Like it wasn't like the Charlotte Tilbury foundation stick or skin tint stick thing that's like so like just melts all over. It wasn't to that extent, but it was still very dewy. And I took it to Orlando where it was really hot. We went to a water park, we went to Epic Universal, and it still held up. This was my base basically, and loved it. And then this foundation brush with it is amazing. This is one of my favorites now. I've been loving it, and I apply all my other foundation with it too. It's just this perfect like density brush. So these are the things that especially stand out, but they also sent Instant Glow Serum and the Priming Moisturizer. So these were two that I also had wanted to try, and I also brought these. This was kind of mostly my skincare on my trip too. I like these as kind of a minimalist thing. I'm not going to really include them as like the very top of my list favorites though. Like they were just ones I had wanted to try. I just figured I'd share. I got them in PR from them, but I'm not going to include them as like the best of the best of the best in this video. I think what I consider the best of the best would be the foundation and brush, or foundation stick and brush, as well as another Flush Balm that they sent. Because I liked the serum and the moisturizer, it's just kind of more average for me. Like I would definitely use it. I think it's nice as like a minimalist and travel kind of idea, but it doesn't stand out to me as like the tippity top of absolute favorites of all time. So I'm just not going to include it as that. However, their Flush Bombs absolutely are a favorite, a top favorite. They continue to be one of my ultimate favorite like blushes out there on the planet. And so they did send over another shade. This will make my third shade in Merit of these. And this is the shade Rouge, which I know looks really deep and scary, but these are so natural. You really blend them down to such a natural flush. They are gorgeous. And that's what I love about these flush bombs. They're stunning. They're just stunning and so easy to work with. And I love the packaging. I just love everything about Merit. Like their packaging, I'm so drawn to the like luxe minimalist look. But the formula, the shades, like everything is perfect. So definitely makes the favorite list too. All right, now let's talk about some other foundations I've been using too. I know we've been covering a lot of makeup. I think primarily we're doing makeup, but we'll cover a couple other things in a minute. So a couple of other things I've tried out that I am obsessed with. Just tried the KVD Foundation Balm. This was mega discounted and is still mega discounted out there at the Kohl's Sephora. It might be on the regular Sephora site too, discounted. And I'm worried that maybe that means is it being discontinued, guys? I don't know. Now that I discovered it finally, I know it's been out there forever, but I am in love with this. Absolutely in love with this. Also the foundation, but I've shared that previously and I haven't been using it within the last month or so, so I'm not going to include it in this video, but I did start wearing this almost every day. It's very similar in the finish to the actual liquid foundation, which is a full coverage, amazing foundation in my opinion. Like I love it, but I'm kind of a full coverage girl, but then I also like to do skin tints. It just depends on how I'm feeling each day. But I am obsessed. But the fact that it's in this balm form, so it's so easy to travel with, just take your brush and dip it in. Obsessed. Like this might be my top favorite pick of the month of all, and I wish I could load up on it. Now I got the shade medium, which I thought was going to be too dark, but right now I've been getting a little bit more sun, finally getting out in the summer, so it's actually becoming the perfect shade, I think. So obsessed. And then I wanted to also share what I just tried out too was this Say skin tint, I think it is. It's the hyaluronic acid skin tint that I just picked up in the Kohl's Sephora haul too. I have it on my skin today and I am really loving this also. It has this beautiful serum-y finish. It's not huge coverage, but the finish is beautiful. And this is another nice brand not to sleep on at Sephora that I've been loving getting into more. They make a lot of really nice like serum like blushes and products. They're all the finish that I like. I think I recommend especially for 40 plus skin like mine. And then similarly, I also have on the concealer today and I was really impressed. It blends well, covering pretty well. So far, more favorites also I've been trying. All right, we're almost there. Let's chat a little bit more makeup and then we'll move on. I'm honest, we were almost through my list. It's primarily makeup this time, but a few more lip products I have to share. So I just did a couple of lip kits from Sephora too. The Sephora Faves lip kits. One was an old one from Kohl's and one was a new nude lips kit. So in the nude lips kit, this is what really stands out to me as a favorite of the favorite. Now, it was a bomb lip kit in general. It had a lot of great stuff in it, but this rose to the very top. This was my absolute favorite, the Laneige Glaze Craze Tinted Lip Serum, and it's called Sugar Glaze. It's got this like wonderful sugary glazy smell to it and taste that's heavenly, but it goes on again. It's the same as like this texture is what it is. So you'll see like anytime there's a texture like this, it's that sloppy, glassy, glossy feel to the lips that I just love. And this is so, so good. So hydrating. Another brand that's not cruelty free though, unfortunately. But I would be remiss if I did not recommend this because it's amazing. And then I also wanted to mention too, last one in lips and makeup, I think, the Fenty Beauty Poutsicle Stain. So I did get this as one of my choices in Ipsy, and a lot of you guys had really recommended it to me and said it was amazing. I'm not typically a big lip stain person, and it's because it's a drying formula usually. They want it, anything that's got to last tends to be more matte and more drying and just not my thing. You can tell I'm a dewy kind of gal. But I'm 47, so it's like, you know, I have dry skin and I just, hydration, hydration, hydration is what I'm all about. This, however, was a combo of both. So it's a stain that does last, however, it's hydrating. So when it goes on the lips, it feels very glossy and it really does give that like this kind of appearance. Now it's in this really awesome bright shade though that I picked. This was, hold on, let me get my glasses. Zesty Bestie. So it is a bright, like, I mean, it's red, but like a, I don't know, poppy red almost. So very bright, but it's like, it's so moisturizing and glossy, but then it's a stain too. So what it is like you could wipe the gloss off and that stain will still be there. The gloss itself does transfer. I do want to let you know that. But if you wipe off the gloss, the stain part, like the matte that's left behind, does not transfer. So, and then that's of course what stays behind for the whole day. Now, does the full amount really stay there the whole day? No, I've worn it to the beach and all that. And, you know, it's like a typical stain. You're going to have the remnants left and it's going to, that flush is still going to be there, but it's not like the full amount left at the end of the day. So, but it does stay. It's just not to the full extent. But yeah, I wanted to mention that because I think it is fantastic as a stain idea. I love it. All right, let's move on to a couple things that are not makeup. So fragrance real quick. What I have started becoming absolutely obsessed with is the Clean Reserve brand. And you may notice I just picked these up in my Kohl's Sephora haul too, because I have loved, you know, the couple of scents I've tried from them. They were up there as some of my absolute best in my like scent preferences profile. And so I got more and I'm obsessed with them. So my favorite is the Sparkling Sugar. And then I love the Radiant Nectar as well. It took a minute for it to dry down to get the sweetness that I love coming through, but boy, did it come through. And I absolutely love Skin. And I like Rain also. It's just, I'm going to take this one off the list because these are the top three that I would consider top of the top of the top. So these three I've been wearing the last few days just nonstop, like obsessively. I adore them. I want to sleep in them. I just want to like inhale them. And I think it's just, they have that like sweetness. There's this sweet aspect to all of theirs that is just so perfect for me. It is exactly what I love in fragrance. They're not too overpoweringly strong. A lot of people say they don't last long, but they last just the right amount for me. I do touch them back up, but they're not like just wearing off super fast for me. So absolutely obsessed, and you're going to start seeing probably a whole lot more Clean Reserve from me. I'm probably going to start collecting like everything and getting some fuller size bottles because this is my new brand. Okay, and then I also mentioned a couple times in the Allure Beauty Box video as well as in a short, the Hero Mighty Patches. So this is one thing I have recently discovered is that, okay, typically I did not like getting pimple patches in my boxes, and I get them all the time because I'm 47 and I don't really get a lot of acne and I have dry skin, not oily skin, so these were doing me no good. I would pass them on to my daughter, but a couple of you guys had recently recommended them for bug bites, so I decided to test it out, and lo and behold, they worked miracles. I had 3 mosquito bites on my wrist here, so I decided, let me put them on there. They were driving me nuts. I was so itchy. So I was like, I'm going to try the patches like they suggested. And I put them on, and within a minute, no itching. It was insane how fast it worked as far as taking that itch away. And it completely took the swelling away too. Because what these do is they like really absorb the moisture. They're hydrocolloid patches. They pull the moisture out. So the red dots were still there. And for a few days. And then I was worried, will they scar? Oh my gosh. But now there's no scarring or anything. So I don't think that that really is an issue. And I have heard in the community, like people that are using them for their pimple patches, they feel like they do work quick, but that they might leave scarring. But I don't see any remnants left now. It's been probably like a week, I think, They worked wonders. So now I'm keeping all of these for bug bites. So highly recommend for that. Okay, I do have some skincare things I want to talk about. However, that is one thing that I do tend to empty fast, and hair as well. So I think I'm going to save the hair and the skincare and talk about it in my empties video. So I'm not like repeating myself, because you will see those show up pretty soon. However, I'm going to make an exception for this because this is something I really want to talk about as what I've been doing lately, because this I won't empty. This I will, but not this. Okay, so together I use this. And what this is a, okay, y'all know I say this wrong. Gua sha. You know what I'm talking about, right? These little stones, okay, a gua sha tool. So lots of benefits of using these. And of course, this came in the Macy's beauty box a little while back, the Elizabeth Arden one. It's a steel one. You can get them in different stones, you know, with different properties. But lots of benefits of it: facial contouring, migraines. You can use them on your body, like massage, like, okay, lots of things. I'm going to share what I've been using it for. And I'm planning on a full video on this because I'm testing it out and I want to see if I'm seeing results from it. So of course, a couple of the things I'm using it for is for, of course, facial contouring, firming, and lifting, especially this right here, double chin. I really want to target like the tech neck and like chin area. As you know, I'm 47, and so, you know, sagging skin, that, you know, the neck, we really start seeing issues here, like sagging jowls, all of that. So I've been really using it, especially in this area. We kind of go up the line, up the neck, like right here, and really like contour it. And then of course the rest of the face moving out. And I think I'm seeing a difference, honestly. Like I can kind of tell in some of my videos, I just feel like my face lately has been a lot more radiant. I think it's working, but I got to check my footage I've taken and pictures to compare over time. So I will probably be bringing a full dedicated video to this. I use it with a facial oil. So you want to use some kind of oil. Lately, I've been using the Rhode Isle Pink Diamond lifting oil with it, is what I've been going through. And I really like this. So you will see an empties of this at some point, but I wanted to talk about the whole system together. The other thing I've been using this for is my stomach, especially. Okay. I'm really trying to target belly fat right now. I have a major perimenopausal belly. Okay. I've gone vegan this year for a lot of health reasons, dietary restrictions and things I have going on, especially digestive. I have major digestive issues that really popped up. I've had them most of my life, but they have really surfaced a lot in the last like 2 years. I think perimenopause or something. Still don't know the cause. But anyway, I've shifted to a vegan lifestyle, and you know, I had a little bit of water weight that I had lost, but I just was seeing no difference in my belly fat. And it's a major insecurity of mine. I can't stand it. I cannot stand my stomach. And so I decided to research it, and there's a lot of benefits of doing it on the belly. If it works with contouring on the face, it works with contouring on the belly too. So I've been using this also on my stomach in conjunction with cutting out sugar. I'm already starting to see a huge difference from cutting out sugar. So 2 things in one. I've also been trying to use it on my cellulite, but I haven't been as consistent with that, just because it's hard, because I've got to do it like right after the shower and with privacy so people don't walk in on that, like my kids walk in. It's easier to do it like on my stomach and on my face in front of everybody, you know? So those are the 2 biggest things I've really targeted. So I look forward to bringing you guys a video on this and letting you know how the results went. But this has been a favorite routine and products, because it's like, I just so look forward to that self-care time, because it's like a massage too. I'm massaging myself. It feels really good. It helps with so many things. you know, drainage and migraines, which I don't really get a lot of, but just some of these things, you know, health-wise to look into. But it's another part of my like self-care meditative routine too. So it's just been a favorite I wanted to mention as a favorites, products, and routine in this video. All right, so I think that takes care of everything I wanted to mention today. That covers for kind of July, but a little bit back into June too, things that I just didn't have time and get the chance to share with you, but I so wanted to share with you. Like, so these were all of my like top favorite products in beauty for the last month. Let me know if you like this and if you want to see more. I definitely would love to hear your feedback. And let me know what your favorites have been too lately, what you have been currently using and are obsessed with. I'd love to hear. And if you like this kind of content and lots and lots and lots of reviews and curations and roundups, you name it, especially for 40 plus. And I really like to stick with cruelty-free as much as possible. You'll want to stick around here and pop the subscribe so you don't miss it all. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.